Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My dear brothers and sisters, today we're going to talk about two things, and that all our efforts have been on two things. One is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the hadith on the heart, that there's a piece of flesh in the body. When that is right, when the whole body is right. When that is not right, then the whole body is not right, and that piece of flesh is the heart. The other one is also hadith as considered by many ulama, but we couldn't find the right narrations. It is that all the people are dead except those who don't know, and all the people who know are in in big destruction without amal, because without amal the ilm will rot, and and all the people of amal will be in a state of destruction without ikhlas, because what will the amal be of use if it is not with ikhlas on the day of judgment? How will it save us? So ikhlas, and all the people of ikhlas, they are in destruction if they are not a mukhlis. So all the work of darulqulub revolves around these two points, and one is the hadith, the one from for which we couldn't find the right narrations. The problem is, if we don't know, then it's a problem. If we don't have ilm, then it's a problem. If you don't have amal, then it's a problem. If you don't have ikhlas, then it's a problem. May Allah protect us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not change the situation of those people who don't try to change themselves. Many talks are available on YouTube, etc., and many big ulamas talks are available. But even then, the beauty of the life is not coming out, and it is not happening. Why? Because there are fundamental mistakes that are being made, for which there is that lack of luster in life. Unfortunately, today we don't know our heart. We don't know our own heart and mind. This is not right. How is it that we have not tried to understand our own heart and mind? The destructions that will happen in this life and the hereafter, well, they will happen if all our life what we've done is eaten, all our life, if we are busy eating, drinking, and sleeping, and we remain ghafil towards what a big day is coming, what a big situation we will be in, what an event will be at death. How do we forget that? Where do we have to go? And that death will happen. And Qiyamah, what a day will that be? Do you think leaving this dunya will be easy? Where are we going? But if you imagine the sanctity and the gravity of the situation, we will understand what a big event is going to come when death comes. It's going to be a very dangerous situation. So we have to try and fix ourselves as soon as possible, and we have to make efforts towards it, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not catch hold of us or make us responsible. The few basic things, one of the basic things in life is focus, and unfortunately we are not reflecting enough on that. And the basic problem is that because of this desire of freedom, for which focus is not in the right place, we have to focus towards our health, towards our children, towards we have to focus on all the different things. But unfortunately, the focus is lost. We are running without it. We have to keep an eye on the heart, that where are you going. There are times when it's going towards the wrong things. Then you have to ask it that why are you going there. Then the senses, wants to be in a state of freedom. But no, you have to control your eyes, your ears, your tongue, your body. It cannot be in a state of complete freedom. When you want to look at the state of freedom, look at a stray dog and compare it to a domesticated dog. There's a big difference between both of them. Subhanallah. And you can see that when the freedom is there in the stray dog, it is everywhere, as compared to the dog at home who lives by certain rules and regulations. And just because of that, life has been in a state of destruction, and all wrong thoughts and incorrect thinking has become part of it. When we think, we have to try and think like the beloved Prophet ﷺ, the Quran and the Hadith. We have to think according to that. We have to think according to how the pious people of Allah think. Every man, unfortunately, today considers himself to be very intelligent. But is it that easy? You have to give yourself to a sheikh. You have to give yourself, and we keep coming back to that. That look at the difference between the stray dog and a domesticated dog's freedom. Now, how do we make Islah? How do we make such Islah that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala gives us the good news in this world? He gives us the comfort of Jannah. He gives us the blessings, the afia, the comfort, the mental peace and rahmah, and that. But unfortunately, we are stricken just by trials and tribulations. There is lack of barakah. Our life has become living hell, unfortunately. We're losing our respect, and but when you think of it, what exactly is happening? You see, all the success of this dunya and akhirah is in deen, and we have to learn what kind of deen would be sufficient for us to have success. Unfortunately, we were not taught that. Maybe the pious people of Allah have failed in order to teach us, and we are all drowning. At least hold these two things firmly. One is the effort of dawah, so that you can strive in the path of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and two is that. So within dawah there is an amal of ta'lim which you must do after asr. You must read you must read the book Fazail Amal and make ta'lim from that, and inshallah after that there should be a discussion on the 6 numbers of tabligh. How we do it at home is that we also sometimes play one of the bayans by the ulama. Sometimes it could be Maulana Inam Hasan Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, Maulana Zubair Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi, Maulana Umar Sahib, Maulana Ibrahim Sahib, Maulana Tariq Jamil Sahib, Maulana Abdul Sattar Sahib as well, and there are several other available, alhamdulillah, online. And the islahenafs articles is also important. Sometimes there's one thing that happens, is that when an unpleasant or displeasurable situation comes around us, we do become rattled, and for that we would like to propose a solution that the website darulqulub.com, alhamdulillah, will be enough for your Islam. And well, we're not trying to praise our work, but alhamdulillah, we feel that there is some divine guidance from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and you must hold it with you must hold it steadfastly. And there are many things written in that which will help you, inshallah, be more steadfast in deen, and it will make it easier for you to work on deen in the light of Quran and Hadith, inshallah. You see, for you to walk, for a man to walk on deen, he needs a certain amount of strength on the inside. Just like an airplane does not fly with its own strength, but there is an internal strength in it which makes it fly. The work of the hour, and when you work on the sunnah as well, this will help you build that strength on the inside. And you have to understand and identify what is inside the heart, the mind, and the body. What is inside the memory, and the effort of dawat helps you understand these kind of things. You must fix yourself and meet a sheikh, and take out time to be in the vicinity of a sheikh, to surround yourself, to have your life around him, and this must be a lifelong responsibility. That the pious people, you make it a routine for you to meet them for your Islam. And the point number 3 and 4 in the Secrets of the Heart chart, inshallah, those things are mentioned there, where the self-control and so on mentioned. Inside there should be a strong fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There has to be a nur iman and divine guidance, because constantly there will be some situation which will come for your test. Allah will not stop testing you. So you have to remember 4 things. In the heart you must have the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2, nur iman. Number 3, divine guidance. And point number 4 is to be steadfast in the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And never forget that the tests will come. And these tests will come, and man gets extremely worried. And this triggers the nafs, the shaitan, the khwaishat, and so on. We don't really realize it, but the tissues and the cells and even inside the skin, there are desires running, there is khwaish running. So never forget the 6 animals inside you as well. Pig, a snake, a scorpion, a crocodile, a tiger, or a dog. Unfortunately, do you think we have all we are angels on the inside? Sadly not. When these animals come out, it is a horrible situation. So you have to suppress it, because the kind of destruction it causes is quite deep. Ghafla and the pleasures of food and drinking will block your intellect, will make you act in a not so intelligent manner, will make you suddenly react. It will make you look at the flaws or shortcomings of other people. There will be pride, ego, arrogance, oppression, excessive desires, haste. You'll want to fulfill all of your desires, jealousy, hyperactiveness, women-related pleasures, haram pleasures, addictions, bad habits. 16 points will come out, as we mentioned in the heart chart. Many will be there, but you have to be careful at least about these 16. The other thing is salah. During salah, you have to ensure that your heart does not go towards the ghair, and that the ghair does not come and influence you. So you have to stop both of them, and you have to be careful during salah that the heart is not being affected by the ghair, and it should not touch you. So you have to switch off during that. You have to detach yourself from the dunya when you stand in salah. And when you're alone, you must make tawbah, istighfar, and read the Durud Sharif often. This will help you with the cleanse. With the beauty of the iman, you'll be blessed with nur, with comfort, with love, with rahmah, with afiyah. There will be the cure of your bodily problems as well as your spiritual problems, and there will be mother from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and barakah. The barakah that comes from the Quran and the Sunnah and the divine guidance is the biggest thing in this dunya. And later, when Allah blesses you with this, inshallah, later on, He will also bless you with Jannah. So we have to keep our heart clean and in a pure state, because otherwise there will be a lot of influence and a lot of attacks from shaitan, from the wasafis. When man is extremely tired and he sees something, or there is a wasafis which gets triggered, or there is a past memory, and suddenly he sees something, and then he will react instantly. And there is a certain amount of displeasure that gets born, and and a wrong thought comes to the mind, and he instantly reacts, and he says something with a hard heart. And during stress, man starts to look at the shortcomings of other people, and he is in a horrible mood. Sometimes food is placed before him, but he does not eat out of anger. We have to protect ourselves from such destructions, and for that you have to do some self-control, sabr, hard work, and sacrifice. These are the 4 things which will help you. When you do these 4 things, self-control, sabr, hard work, and sacrifice, inshallah, the 16 things, you will start walking in the opposite direction of the 16 things that you mentioned. Shaitan will try its best, but inshallah, you'll be saved from the destructions of shaitan, just because of for practicing these 4 things rightly. And when you have to work on priorities, you have to seal most of the things. You have to control the senses. You have to seal the mind. Only then will you be able to focus on your work, on your exercise, and so all the different priorities that you have in your life. But if your wasafis is kept free and kept in freedom, shaitan will not let you pick up these pearls of priorities. Priorities are pearls, and shaitan will not let you pick them. There will be something that will come out from the memory, and the priorities will be gone. And there will be ghafla. You see, ghafla and the nafs will not let you work on priorities. This is the nature of it. That once so you just be careful that once you work on priorities, seal and block all the places from where shaitan might strike. And many obstructions and distractions and hindrances, especially the ghafla, will surface in your path by nafs and shaitan. You have to ignore them, but don't stop working on your priorities, inshallah. Just like we gave the example again of the dog, that why does everyone desire to be in freedom? If a fish desires to, if a fish starts to say that the water is not enough for me, I have to go in the sky in search of freedom, it will die. When a bird decides that all the sky is available for me is not enough for me, I also need the freedom inside the water, it will die. So freedom can be a major destruction, and unfortunately today every man and woman wants to be free, but no, that's not the right way. Give yourself to a pious Allah, to a pious person, and an ulama or an Allah wala, inshallah, that will be beneficial. Hazrat Maulana Umar Sahib, he used to say that he used to ask Hazrat Inam Hasan Sahib for everything, even to the state that when his daughter died, Hazrat Maulana Umar Sahib, he asked he asked Hazrat Ji, if he allows, only then will he go. And my father had a similar experience during Hajj. He had his first Hajj was a beautiful Hajj, and when he returned, it was a season of mangoes, but he couldn't go to the market without asking Hazrat Maulana Yaqub Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi without his permission, because he had given the reins of desires and khwahish to his sheikh. And but unfortunately today everybody wants to be, everybody is looking for freedom. The fish cannot seek freedom outside the water, and the bird cannot seek freedom inside water. In Salah, yes, we have freedom in Salah. Yes, you can put the prayer mat and ask Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, pray as much as you want to. That is the freedom that we have. This was a longer talk, and inshallah every Friday we will try and put it together. One lecture should be enough, inshallah, for you to take care and control your life. So we will try and send this recording every Friday. Meanwhile, please do log on to darulqulub.com. Inshallah, you'll find several things of benefit there, inshallah. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.